Welcome back to Fragments of Him and the sad story of Will, who got hit by a car, and the relationship between the grandma and him broke up anyhow. So we are learning a little bit more about the grandma and the relationship, and that's what we are doing now. Continuing.
My generation has different values. Oh, goodness, I know that. But I very much believe that they are good.
Yeah? The old values.
I wasn't prepared to accept that Will wasn't going to talk to me anymore.
But why? Just because you discussed about Lady Di?
His views. I felt he was putting his future at risk.
Maybe because he's gay and you can't do that?
Those views, liberalism and such like, I knew he would change his mind as he got older.
Those.
But before he changed, what damage would he do to his options?
What are you talking about?
I was nervous about that Christmas. We hadn't been close for a while.
That's why you're decorating that much.
I remember a Christmas after Will had gone to university, but we were all coming back together for the holiday.
Holidays.
I kept in touch with a lot of friends. We didn't have email, of course, but even now they just aren't as good as a real letter.
True. Really?
Doing Christmas by yourself takes a lot of work, but I like to keep busy.
Take care. Old lady, take care. Don't fall down. Isn't that a little bit over the top with all the Christmas decoration? Are you having such a big Christmas decoration? Well, okay, it is looking good.
I'd been told that Will was going to bring a girlfriend, Sarah. It was important to make a good impression.
But we don't really see her, do we? Oh, that's the parents? Is that a girlfriend? Oh, well, cutie.
My family arrived just as the Christmas lunch was ready. It was perfect timing.
But...
Did I tell you that Sharon and James split up for 3 years once?
Yes, you did.
Will spent the time in America with her family. It was hard for me, not seeing him. He was 10 and, like most boys, he wasn't interested in writing many letters.
That's common in that age.
James is like his father, really. A wonderful boy. But I do wish he would apply himself more.
So, what about Sarah?
Sarah was lovely, of course. She was a bit shy back then, I think. We talked about her university courses. She really had no reason to be nervous.
Aww.
I hadn't seen Will since he left. I wanted him to understand I wanted the best for him. I always wanted that, no matter if he disagreed with me.
So, let's have a dinner, huh?
Will was a perfect gentleman.
But... then something happened.
He was so courteous and attentive.
Ooh. Gentleman. So, everyone is getting some lunch. Some little bit of this and this a little bit, huh? So everyone is eating. And this one as well. So, what's up now?
It filled me with pride and hope to see him that day. He was becoming the man I had hoped he would be. Sarah seemed like such a lovely match for him. He would have a happy, normal life.
But
that was the last time I saw her.
told you, there is always a but. So
The next summer, I went to visit Will at university.
I just wanted to say, so she went to the university to check what's about Sarah and
Arriving
him.
on time is a common courtesy, so often overlooked, I feel. So I set off in plenty of time to drive down to see him. I ended up being rather early, and it was my first visit to the campus, so I went for a walk. The old buildings there are lovely. There were so many young people there, all full of life and excited about the future. Lots of beautiful girls around, and I was hoping I might spot Sarah. Going to university wasn't normal in my day like it is now. I never had the chance to go and improve myself.
Oh, but you didn't meet Sarah.
I noticed Will from a distance. I've always thought he stood out in a crowd. At first, I couldn't see what he was doing. Then I saw that he was holding hands with a man.
Oh my gosh.
And then, right out in front of everyone, they kissed.
So what? What's the problem with that?
After everything I had tried to teach him, he went and did that. I couldn't believe it. I knew those views of his would get him in trouble.
What? Why? That's ridiculous.
I left right away.
Wow. Wow.
What was I supposed to say to him then?
Hello, good boy. How are you doing? What about that? Accepting his decisions.
Will hadn't seen me. I simply had no idea how I could be expected to act like everything would be okay for him. He was so young. He didn't see the trouble he could get into if he kept doing that sort of thing.
Grandma, I don't like you.
The university suddenly seemed like an ugly place to me. All that entitlement and sense of smugness. All those petty children doing whatever they wanted, ignoring the responsibility of the freedoms my generation got for them.
Oh my
After
gosh.
everything I had done for him, he was doing that, putting himself in danger. I felt so angry with him and with everyone there.
Wow.
That sort of thing. It all just feels wrong to me. Sorry, but that's just the way I feel about this.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, it's another generation and all the feelings and the decisions you had, and you couldn't understand all the stuff which is happening today with marry between gay people. But
I
what?
barely saw Will for the next few years. I couldn't bring myself to talk to him. It was silly of me, I suppose.
Your decisions thankfully.
He had gone travelling after university, and I stayed at my house.
Where are you going?
It's hard not to live in the past sometimes, when you have so much time to yourself. I wish my husband Robert had had more of a chance to know Will.
Oh. Sad life.
I don't know if he knew how much I loved him when he was growing up. He was such a happy, playful boy. And then he changed.
Yeah, but change is happening.
I had all these hopes for who Will would be when he was a grown man.
But everyone is changing on his own.
But life goes on.
Exactly. You got the point. Life goes on. And everyone is doing his own decisions.
I was working in the garden. Things go wild if you leave them too long.
Exactly. And then, suddenly...
Will had been travelling the world. I would very occasionally get a postcard from somewhere foreign.
Let's go to the next one, huh? Shall we?
This was before he went into the travel journalism. I worried about him so much.
But why? He's having a great life. Traveling, journalism, seeing the world. That's fine. What's the problem with you?
How could he be happy when he wouldn't settle down? All he wanted was constant change. Everything needed to be new all the time for him.
What's the problem with that? Okay. The door rang.
I was going to answer it,
Thank
but
you.
snagged my foot in the grass and twisted my ankle. It hurt like blazes, and I lay there feeling like a complete fool. There was nothing I could do. I tried to move, but it hurt too much. I called out for help. I heard footsteps around the side of the house. Will had come to visit after coming back from travelling.
You see?
I'd ignored him for so long. I never made the effort to reach out to him.
But he
But
did.
he never gave up on me. He looked after me anyway. I saw the kind boy that I knew inside the man he had become. I don't claim that I'll understand some of his choices.
But you judged him.
Let's get you inside.
I didn't teach him to forgive. But thank goodness he learnt that by himself. I'd been so distracted by just one part of him. I didn't see that he was the best sort of man possible. Kind, strong, and loving.
Exactly. Just blind for one spot.
He was even kind to a fool like me. I'll never forget that.
Well, at least you learned. At least you learned something. That's what you remember, huh?
So much changed since Grandma was young. She loves me and knows that I love Harry. I think she is starting to get that, but it's a leap for her.
Yeah, it is. Totally is. But she learned it. What? Cereals. Some milk for that? Sorry, forgot about the milk. Take the milk. And we have the cereals. Where are you heading to? Are you not eating in the kitchen?
I don't think I exactly lived up to her ideas of what a man should be like. I'm okay, though. I think. Taking responsibility, too. Marrying Harry would be a big step.
Okay, you're sitting down here in the living room. And you didn't even had a shower. Ha!
But Harry just wants this normal life. These patterns.
That was fast. Hello? Oh. Okay, you have to clean up.
He kept a place for me here while I explored the world. That's good, right? That's love, isn't it?
Maybe.
Time to get ready.
Get ready. Taking a shower. So, dude.
Love is a strange thing. Totally personal, but shared by everyone too. I remember I loved Sarah when I was with her at uni. Love ends. All these little things, just meaningless stuff every day, whittling away at how we feel. I don't deserve Harry.
Why shouldn't you deserve him?
My first day at university. My parents drove me in a car stuffed full of everything I owned. I'd been a bit nervous all day, but I felt full-on terrified when we got to the student village.
So this is the view of Sarah now? Interesting. Let's see how he is in her eyes. So what's the story behind them? And
I've no idea how well I did at pretending to look confident. If anyone else noticed, they didn't say. They were probably doing it too.
let's see how you are doing, huh?
Paul always liked Will. I doubt my biological dad would have. It seemed like I had an enormous amount of stuff.
It's just a trunk full. That's not that much. Well, maybe it's the third
I went inside first.
time. No,
I had a room to myself in a shared house, and we already had the keys. I don't remember where we got them from. Mum or Paul must have picked them up from the admin person, I guess.
And it's a cute little room, isn't it? Small apartment.
Walking into my dorm room for the first time, I kind of remember how it felt for me. I never thought back then how it would have felt for Mum and Paul. Soon they were going to drive away and go home to an empty house. Just a few more boxes, and their kid wouldn't be living with them anymore.
Aww. Getting along with it. Starting a new life. Well, okay, that's a lot of boxes.
I was floating through unpacking, thinking about that space upstairs. My room had probably the cheapest carpet in the world. It was awful. They might as well have painted concrete, but it was my room and amazing.
Yes. The first flat you're going to live in is always the best one.
It had 4 walls and a door that I could lock. I was frightened, sure, but also excited. I had my own key and all the stuff that goes with that.
And it's all belonging to you. Only by yourself. All by yourself.
Of course, I was thinking a bit about dating. Everyone there was, I think.
So you left again? Oh. How many stuff do you have? Seriously.
Actually, cute's the right word. I didn't really think about sexy back then, I guess.
About yourself? What are you looking at? Oh.
It's funny to think back, like this.
Hello.
Now.
How are you doing? Huh. So that's the first time where she met Will.
Will must have been in the lectures over the first few weeks, but I didn't notice him, if I'm honest. I was so busy with everything and just learning how to live, do laundry, cook every day, that kind of thing. I next remember seeing Will through the window of the Union Bar.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first stuff. Doing laundry and learning how to cook for the first time and having a life all by yourself. That's the hard one in the beginning. But we will see how this is going to continue in the next episode. Stay tuned, and I hope you will be back in the next one. Take care.